Okay, so I was on a walk yesterday with a friend, and I love talking to this guy because he's very opinionated, and it almost feels like he loves to argue or he loves to create conflict, but he always has like the best intentions, and definitely, he doesn't he's not just trying to create conflict or argument or disassemble the relationship in any way. But I actually really like it because he's very opposite of me. I'm very conflict avoidant. I hate arguing, but I think there's some pros to that, but there's also some cons where it's kind of hard for me to voice my opinion sometimes. So I think this is really good. But just like having conversations with him is always really good. And yeah, it kind of just like it activates that muscle of mine to like make a stance for what I believe in and my opinions. So I'm really grateful to have him as a friend. I think it's really helpful, just like towards my growth. Really amazing guy. And we were talking about like discipline, because I was saying like just currently right now I feel like I'm in an extremely good place, and I've been the most consistent I've ever been in my entire life. But it's a very different type of consistency. Before, my consistency was kind of built on I should do this, kind of like what's expected of me, and a lot of times like out of obligation, and just doing things because you should do it, you need to do it, and not necessarily because you want to do it, not necessarily out of your own genuine desire to do it. And yeah, that's something that I've always struggled with. I think that's like, I'm the youngest sibling. I kind of always just followed what my older siblings did and my parents, and like, definitely like a follower growing up. So I struggle with this. I struggle with creating my own opinions, and I struggled with discipline. I was always very on and off because, I could never stay consistent because I was never doing like the things I love, or I was never doing things out of my own desire. So yeah, I guess today I just want to talk and emphasize the point of the reason I've been so consistent recently. The reason I'm in such a good place right now is because of kind of this one quote I found, and something I've been practicing just every single day, and it's kind of become a part of who I am right now, or just part of who I am, and I'm practicing it right now. Is like, I think it's this quote that says, like, discipline is developed by doing the things you love, not by the things you hate. So yeah, I think that's really powerful, just to think about. I guess, a bit of self-reflection, like, what are things that you do in your daily life that you don't necessarily do because you want to, or it's out of your innate desire, but because other people expect it of you, or other people have hopes for you, but it doesn't come out of your own will. And it's more of like I should do this, not that I want to do it. And for me, like, I always just kind of had a conflict with this, a contradiction almost, like I wanna be better, I wanna pursue better things, I wanna grow. The ways I did it was based on other people's standards or expectations, and that's why I never really was consistent. I always burnt out, and I always fell back down. It became very hard to get back up so many times. But yeah, I've kind of, for right now, being consistent has almost like been easy, and that's like almost hard for me to believe, because I've just struggled with consistency so much. And the fact that I'm consistent right now, and it's not that hard, I'll get into that. And that's such a weird thing for me. But yeah, so I am a passionate believer that discipline comes from doing the things you love, not from doing the things you hate, or at least like the things you don't want to do. And yeah, I guess for me, like, what really helped is taking small steps. So I think I guess wanting to do the things you love it's very hard to, have these dreams and have these desires, but have them be so big, and it feels so hard to create that first step. But even like the smallest step of you doing your best, like for what you can do in that moment, I think is the key. Taking the like one small step. Like, for example, me just like me talking in public right now. This is really weird for me. I don't really do it, but my one small step was I began just recording this in public with nobody around, and it was much easier. And now I'm on a public walking path where there's so many people around. People just look at you randomly, and yeah, it's a little bit hard to like focus sometimes, but I built it up, and it's not as hard as it would have been if I tried doing this in the beginning. But I took a small step and I built it up, and now it's not even that hard. So that's kind of evidence right there. I think that's so important with just like consistency in general. So I would say that, yeah, I feel the most like discipline right now and the most consistency. And one thing I was telling my friend is that like every single thing I do in my day, like I love to do it. Every single thing I do comes from my own desire, my want to do it. This right now, I want to do this. It's not. I'm not doing it because I'm expected to do it from other people, but I'm doing it for myself, and I'm also doing it to grow and get closer to God by talking about these things or just developing myself in general. So that's why I want to do it. But it's not always easy just to do this from the jump, and that's why small steps I feel like are so valuable. And through this, like, it almost like it's not even a question for me to do things every day. It's just like these habits to do them, to be consistent with them, because I know like this is what I want to do. I know, like, for example, if I'm feeling like there's a lot of thoughts in my head and I'm kind of not feeling so clear and maybe drifting off to the bad habits like scrolling on social media, I know 100% through my small step practice that if I go on a walk, that my head will become so much clearer and my life will just become clearer. And now I go on walks every single morning as soon as I wake up, and a lot of the times in the evening, in the afternoon, just like I just love going on walks now. And it started with like I'm just gonna go outside for 10 seconds, I'm gonna go back in, and yeah, and it's really small things like this really just makes such a huge difference. And yeah, so yeah, this feels really good to talk about this. I'm also very grateful because now I kind of have like a camera, like almost like a GoPro stick kind of. Someone gave this to me. I'm very grateful to her. So yeah, thank you if you're watching. And yeah, for me, it doesn't mean that I do, things I do every single day are things I love. I'm consistent in them, and this way I feel disciplined. But the thing is it's not that like I don't struggle every day or things are not a challenge. It's just the way I've built myself up to it, and I've slowly increased like hard things like over time, or doing things over time. And now when I think about doing something that's hard, like this for example, I think about why I'm doing it, of course. But and I know I've taken this small step already, and I know this is in line with exactly what I want to do. And this honestly doesn't make it easy, but it makes it much, in my head, it's just so much more doable. And it's almost like a no-brainer. Like, this is what I want to do. I know why I'm doing it. I've taken a small step towards it. This is just another small step. And yeah, I think this is just an incredible lesson that I've learned. And yeah, I'm really grateful just to be talking about it. I think this is the first topic it's very easy for me to talk about, and I've been talking about it for a long time now, so I think that's a really good sign. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I hope that you're able to get something out of this, that you can apply this method into your life and it'll actually make an impact. Because that's also another reason why I'm doing this. I don't want to just talk for my own sake, but if I can add value to someone else's life, I mean, that's kind of like the whole point. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, for watching, and bye.